us off to someone, one of your guys, so that you can hold our hand. Uh, Amazing. Please rise. Hey, that was the one thing that went wrong today. Perfect. That's too bad. That's a breeze. Remember what to do. Maybe seated. All right. Okay. So everyone, start by taking a little step over this way. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and hand your bouquet off so you got your hands free. Do you want me to hold your vows for you? I can hold for you. There you go. Perfect. Hey, you guys are killing it so far. Friends and family, welcome. Two of your favorite people are getting married. We are here today to bear witness to one of the truest expressions of love, the union of Peter and Brandi in marriage. Love brings us peace as we navigate our large and unpredictable world. It is the defining aspect of the human experience. It is this wellspring from which families are born and grow. It brings harmony where there is conflict, relief in times of distress, and reassurance in times of doubt. Our ability to love each other is the greatest gift we've been given. The very essence of love and life was captured most eloquently by the astrophysicist Carl Sagan when he said, quote, "For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love." Today, we celebrate that love that Peter and Brandy share and their solemn promise that their affections will, from this day forward, be shared only with each other. In marriage, two people turn to each other in search of a greater fulfillment than either could achieve alone. Marriage is a bold step taken together into an unknown future. It is risking who we are for the sake of who we can be. By committing yourselves to each other here and by preserving that commitment for all your lives, you will find not merely happiness and fulfillment, you will find purpose. And in each other, you will find your greatest champion, closest confidant, fiercest guardian, and most constructive critic. It's the nice kind of critic, though, right? It's cool. Before I ask Peter and Brandi to take the vows of marriage, they have selected two readings. The first is by Peter's mom, Liz. She'll be sharing with us a collection of reflections she's written called Figuring It Out.
Hi, beautiful. Hi. PeterstevensGifford Heegardjensen. At age 10, Peter Stephen Gifford Heegard Jensen stood on stage at his elementary school in Valrico, Florida, and gave this award-winning opening to his Tropicana speech that year. He told the story of his unique name, what it meant, and how it came to be. So when Peter and Brandi asked me to say a few words, I was inspired to revisit that which inspired him all those years ago to see if I could find a few words of inspiration for today. Most of you know our family story, how all of this started with Peter coming into the world and bringing the gift of being his mother with him, a force of fierce love like no other I had ever known before. Peter, as many of you know, was born with a special gene called figuring it out. It's the figuring it out gene. For instance, he knew as a single mom that I needed sleep, so he figured he should be a good sleeper. When the VHS tape of his favorite movie, Hercules, ended, he figured out at 18 months old how to press rewind and play so he could watch it all over again. And when Peter met Grady at daycare, they both figured out quickly that they were meant to be forever siblings. And it wasn't long after that that Peter and I met Jack and figured out together that he was our person, right? The husband and father that was right for us. And it was really, really easy for Peter to figure out that there was really nothing to figure out about how much he loved his little brother Tommy. A figuring out mindset has been an important part of Peter's growing up and teaching himself guitar and accomplishing a bachelor's and a master's degree, and all leading up to dental school, where you are today. And more recently, it's taken you into weekend carpentry and home repair projects. And as we've gotten to know Brandi, we've learned this gift lives in her too. Achieving her goal of becoming a hygienist, becoming a homeowner, earning a bachelor's degree, and investing in her relationships with family and friends across the miles. It took some special figuring it out to be able to do that. Brandi, when you came into Peter's life and to ours, you brought such a force of fierce love and light into our lives, illuminating and uncovering joy and wonder and layering in warmth and loving kindness into our family. Having this gift doesn't mean that Peter and Brandi's life, both individually or together, has been easy peasy, or that it's always been clear in the moment about what the right next step is to take, especially when things break, like broken bones, broken bank accounts, broken cars, broken promises, broken hearts. And yet you've each figured out in the process of repairing and healing that healing those spaces with forgiveness, compassion, kindness, and love for yourself and for others, that you can become whole again, stronger even, in new ways. Peter and Brandi, we have watched you grow in love together, figuring out life together, figuring out the little things, figuring out the hard things, figuring out how to support each other through school and work, and figuring out how to hold each other through loss and grief, and figuring out how to find humor and lightness even in the darkest of the nights. There are no Instagram photos, no possessions, no future jobs, nor destinations that will ever match the miracle of the single moments that make up each of your days. You are choosing to live your one precious life with each other. And that miracle shows up every minute of every day to figure it out. Some days it shows up with bad breath and crabbiness and food-stained sweats. And others, like today, are just so beautiful, it's hard to describe. But figuring it out together, what a gift. The hope that lives in our hearts for you both is to show up for each other with compassion, with honesty, and with love for yourselves and each other as you figure out all the next right steps to take together in life. In sitting down to write that speech all those years ago, Peter was proud of his story and figured out an inspiring way to share his colorful family with a very long name. Today, we are so proud of both of you, and as we are stitching in new colors and expanding the tapestry of our family. So welcome to our family, Brandi Jensen. We love you both.
Love you. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, it's time for the good stuff. Are you ready? Go ahead and turn and face each other now. Holding both hands. Great big smiles. Longing looks. Perfect. Before they take the vows of marriage, Peter and Brandi wish to address each other one last time as an unmarried couple. They may sneak in a vow or two, but I'll allow it. Take it away, my friend.
To my Brandi, I love all of you. I love being your partner. You break your back to make our lives better. You care so much and are so good to people and pups that I love. You feel and love stronger than anyone I have ever met. Yes. You have made me a better son, a better brother, a better friend, and a better person. You've gone on this journey by my side and have made every step tolerable, even amongst the darkest moments. Most importantly, you are so, so kind and generous to a world that has not always been kind to you. Even when things get buggy, I love them. When I love you, to make you whole, and I am taking all of you as my wife. My promise to you is to be the man that deserves an incredible woman like you. I promise that I will always love you. I promise that I will keep growing with you and building upon the day before. I promise to give you my patience, my kindness, my love, and to remember. I promise to always take care of you and support you as my equal partner.
Well done. All right. There you go.
You, Peter, the love of my life. Thank you for loving me. For seeing me, the real me, and for staying. I know that sometimes I can be quite difficult to love. And so I'm so appreciative of someone who has come into my life and stayed. I love you, and I love the way that you love me, the way that we figure out how to love each other. And so today, I promise to always try to be your piece. Sometimes maybe a piece of the problem, but I will promise to continue to heal, to continue to grow, to learn, to change. And I vow to stay for you. I vow to figure it out together, however long and whatever life brings. I vow to do it together with you. I love you.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give those to Peter? You can put them in his pocket. There you go. All right. There you go. All right, hold hands some more. It is now time for me to ask you both of your intentions to enter this union. You may each answer with the words, I will. Peter, will you take Brandi to be your wife? And will you love her with unrestrained excess, soothe her when she suffers, be present in every moment of celebration as well as crisis, and honor and adore her for all time?
I will.
Brandi, will you take Peter to be your husband? And will you love him with unrestrained excess, soothe him when he suffers, be present in every moment of celebration as well as crisis, and honor and adore him for all time? Having stated your intentions, I will now ask you to take the vows of marriage. Please repeat each phrase after me. Starting with you again, Peter, my friend. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Brandi, I vow before our family and friends
Brandi, I before our family and friends
to be your husband from this day forward,
to be your husband from this day forward,
ever faithful, loyal, and tender.
ever faithful, loyal, and tender.
I will love you through our joys and struggles.
I will love you through our joys and our struggles.
I will love you without condition or doubt.
I will love you without condition or doubt.
I will love you forever
I will love you forever
and ever
and ever
and ever.
and ever.
It's the only surprise I spring on you, I promise. Brandi, are you ready? Peter, I vow before our family and friends
Peter, I vow before our family and friends
to be your wife from this day forward,
to be your wife from this day forward,
ever faithful, loyal, and tender.
faithful, loyal, and true.
I will love you through our joys and struggles.
Through our joys and struggles,
I will love you without condition or doubt.
condition or doubt,
I will love you forever
forever.
and ever and ever. Perfect. May I please have the rings? I'm just going to fish them out of the box and you take that box back. Thank you. For thousands of years, lovers have exchanged rings as tokens of their vows. These simple bands are of great value by themselves, made from precious metals and stones, but they are made far more precious when you wear them. Your rings tell the world and serve as reminders to each of you of this beautiful truth. You belong to this union while never belonging to each other. May these rings always remind you that when you put into your marriage all of the best things within you that you have to give, love, fealty, passion, reverence, and patience, the circle to which you belong will return these things to you. Peter, please place this ring on Brandi's left hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I bind my life to yours.
Oh, yes, your left hand. With this ring, I bind my life to yours.
You are my partner and my friend,
You are my partner and my friend,
my strength, my joy, and my family.
my strength, my joy, and my family.
Brandi, please place this ring on Peter's left hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I bind my life to yours.
This ring, I bind my life to yours.
You are my partner and my friend,
are my partner and my friend,
my strength, my joy, and my family.
strength, joy.
All right. Lot 2 done. Absolutely crushed it. No notes. Outstanding. Home stretch now. As a culture, we tend to imagine the world's great love stories to begin in luxurious or unusual places, like a cafe in Paris or a white sand beach in the Caribbean. But love is not picky about where it chooses to manifest itself. And for Peter and Brandi, it was while digging around in other people's mouths at the dental practice where they both found themselves working in Tallahassee in 2019. They took the scenic routes on the road to romance. The circumstances didn't immediately lend themselves to it, so they began as work friends then became real friends. This friendship, they tell me, was the backbone of their relationship. So when the time was finally right, made it darn easy to fall in love. And as they did so, they took an inventory of all the things they have in common, which they shared a few of their favorites with me. They both have a genuine passion for the practice of dentistry. They are all about those smiles. They are both seekers of truth in matters of morality and faith. They share a worldview, seeing right and wrong in the same places, and they cherish and advocate for inclusivity in that world. They both can't help but loving the adorable genetic tragedy that is a French bulldog. Shout out Mickey. They both have an American Dad quote for any occasion, a yearning for that first magical sip of eggnog when the season's right, and a penchant for Canadian TV show soundtracks. The list goes on and on. But they both admit they have their differences as well. Peter loves to drive. Brandi loves to be driven. In their words, he is a large man. She is just a tiny little thing. Show her a rock or a wall, she'll climb it. He's not so big on heights. Don't send her home with leftovers. She will not eat them. He will, however, and he doesn't mind a game of food poisoning roulette, eating things that most of us would frown at and chuck. She loves to go for a good thrift or hit some antique shops. He longs for a garage sale to unload it all. And that list goes on and on too. But hey, what are those differences, if not more things to love about each other? And if you remain focused on the most important similarity you share, a steadfast love for each other, and seek to understand and even celebrate your differences, then I can sum up your future in 3 simple words. You've got this. You first exchanged glances, then words of friendship and of love, and then your very hearts. Now, having exchanged vows and rings, as the poet Dante said of his union with his beloved Beatrice, here begins a new life. You must remember this life affects not only the two of you, but everyone gathered here and many others. The reason, simply put, we are all rooting for you. We, your family and friends, want for the happiness that you feel right now to never end. And so on behalf of all of those gathered here today who love you, I wish you a life poor in misfortune and rich in blessings, and for your years on this earth to be joyous, prosperous, and many. May your commitment be an object immovable, and your love for each other a force irresistible. And may your hearts be filled always and abundantly with love, truth, gentleness, and forgiveness, so that you may meet every challenge that lies ahead with grace and with calm. And now, inasmuch as you, Peter, and you, Brandi, having thus joined in this union before these witnesses, by virtue of the authority granted to me by the laws of this state, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You should totally kiss. It is my honor and privilege to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Peter and Brandi Jensen. Congratulations. Yes. Good. Everyone follow me?
I'll let you go first. Yeah.
Man, it's positively balmy out here.
I will be filled with no way. That's fine. It's going to do thank you so much. Better for children. You know,
Best way.
because it just looks ready behind. Right.